In the heart of West Africa, a new kind of leader is shaking the foundations of post-colonial geopolitics. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, just 37 years old, has become the face of a growing Pan-African resistance. Since coming to power in a military coup in 2022, Traoré has positioned himself not just as the interim president of Burkina Faso, but as a symbol of African defiance, challenging the dominance of foreign influence, especially from the West, in a region long plagued by instability. From the very beginning, Traoré made it clear he would not continue the path of dependency and external control. In his own words, it was time for Africa to stand tall, to reject the puppeteering hands of old imperial masters. His message struck a powerful chord, not only with his people, but across the continent. As nations watched Burkina Faso expel French troops and pivot diplomatically toward Russia, many saw in Traoré a daring new blueprint for sovereignty in the Sahel. But challenging the global order comes at a steep price.
Burkina Faso's military government said on Monday that it had foiled a major plot to overthrow the country's gentle leader, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Security Minister Mahamadou Sana said on state television that plotters included current and former soldiers and terrorist leaders. They had planned to swarm the presidential palace.
Captain Traoré has claimed that since his rise, he's been a constant target, both politically and physically. From alleged coup plots to assassination attempts, the battle to retain power hasn't been fought only on the battlefield, but also behind closed doors. The most recent of these claims came on June month, when Traoré announced that yet another plot to remove him had been foiled. One of many, he said, orchestrated to destabilize the fragile but rising unity of the Sahel. He warned that foreign powers are actively working to divide the alliance of Sahel states, a regional bloc formed by Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger following their respective breaks from Western military partnerships. According to Traoré, outside actors are pressuring one member to turn against the others, a calculated move to fracture the growing coalition that has dared to challenge imperial norms. He called these efforts imperialist maneuvers and doubled down on a powerful message: the Sahel is no longer anyone's backyard.
Membre de l'Alliance des États du Sahel AES.
Just weeks before, on April 21st, the Burkinabe government claimed to have prevented another coup attempt. This time, it accused a network of current and former soldiers, allegedly based in neighboring Côte d'Ivoire, of plotting to storm the presidential palace and plunge the nation into chaos.
Mahamadou Sana said that the coup attempt aimed to sow total chaos and place the country under the supervision of an international organization. He also claimed that the plot instigators are based in Ivory Coast.
While Ivorian officials denied any involvement, the mere accusation was enough to escalate diplomatic tensions in an already volatile region. And this was not an isolated event. Just 9 days earlier, on April 12th, Traoré survived yet another alleged conspiracy involving no fewer than 119 individuals, reportedly linked to former junta leader Lieutenant Colonel Paul-Henri Damiba. Once again, the narrative pointed to pro-Western actors, hoping to reverse the country's course and restore foreign allegiance. In September 2023, less than a year into Traoré's rule, another attempted coup was reported, this time said to include both military and civilian elements opposed to his decision to expel French forces and reorient Burkina Faso's foreign policy. Each of these events, according to Traoré's government, was part of a broader agenda to stifle Burkina Faso's emerging independence. Add your voice to the total liberation of Africa by leaving a comment in the comments section below. Do not forget to like and subscribe for more informative videos like this one. Let's proceed. Traoré's popularity, however, hasn't only come from speeches or military campaigns. His image has been amplified across social media platforms, often in surreal ways. AI-generated videos featuring music icons like Rihanna, Beyoncé, and even Justin Bieber praising the Burkina leader went viral, despite the artists themselves having no real involvement. These fabrications, while misleading, reflect the broader digital momentum around his persona, especially among younger Pan-African audiences. But his moment in the global spotlight truly began during the 2023 Russia-Africa Summit in Moscow. Standing before a hall full of African heads of state and diplomats, Traore issued a fiery rebuke. He told his fellow leaders to stop acting like puppets every time the imperialists pulled the strings. Russian media amplified the speech heavily, and in doing so, Traore's words reverberated throughout Africa, inspiring both admiration and alarm. However, behind the charisma and anti-colonial rhetoric lies a more complex reality. While many hail Traore as a bold visionary, others view him as a polarizing figure. Most notably, the defeat of jihadist insurgencies that continue to destabilize the country. Moreover, Burkina Faso under Traore has seen increased crackdowns on dissent, press freedom, and civil society. The nation now offers little room for criticism. For many Burkinabe citizens, especially those outside the echo chambers of social media, these authoritarian tendencies raise serious concerns about the direction the country is taking. Still, to many across the continent, Traore remains a symbol of courage, of resistance, of African ambition, unchained from the scripts written in European capitals. He is both a beacon and a lightning rod, admired by some, feared by others, and watched closely by all.
C'est fois en présence des trois chefs d'État.
That was the national anthem of the Alliance of Sahel States, which was released recently. So where does this leave us? Is Captain Ibrahim Traoré simply another military leader clinging to power under the guise of revolution? Or is he truly laying the groundwork for a new Africa? One where sovereignty is real, unity is sacred, and imperialism has no home. One thing is certain: Burkina Faso is no longer just reacting to history. Under Traoré, it is trying to make history. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Should other African nations follow Traoré's lead? Or is his path too risky for the continent's fragile democracies? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into Africa's political awakening.